All business owners should know these employee retention credit facts prior to filing. The Employee Retention Credit, or better known as ERC, is the last remaining program available under the CARES Act for businesses negatively impacted by the pandemic. ERC is a refundable tax credit for businesses that continued to pay employees during the pandemic from March 13, 2020 to December 31, 2021. The proceeds from the program do not need to be paid back or used for a particular purpose, unlike the other CARES Act programs such as PPP and EIDL. There are two ways businesses can qualify for the Employee Retention Credit. Number 1. Businesses qualify if there was a significant decline in gross receipts from March 13, 2020 to December 31, 2021. Number 2. Businesses qualify if they sustained a full or partial suspension of operations due to COVID-19, which resulted in limiting commerce, travel restrictions, capacity restrictions, supply chain disruptions, vendor or customer restrictions, job site or customer shutdowns, or work-from-home orders and other qualifying events. Lastly, please note that the wages reported as payroll costs for PPP loan forgiveness or certain other tax credits cannot be claimed for the ERC in any tax period. Per the latest IRS guidelines, businesses can claim up to $26,000 per employee for the credit. Contrary to popular belief, the required minimum number of employees is 2. Those 2 employees needed to be on payroll in the year 2020 and/or 2021 to qualify. Unfortunately, the wages of the business owners and owners' relatives do not qualify for the credit. The documentation for the ERC is similar to those of the PPP. Businesses need to prove that they have paid and filed employee wages by the IRS 941 forms and quarterly payroll reports. If the business received PPP, forgiveness documentation needs to be provided to negate the claimed wages to prevent overclaiming of wages per IRS guidelines. Filing for your employee retention credit can be done by CPAs, payroll providers, and ERC specialists, such as Feel Good Capital. Due to the constant changes to the ERC program, remember to ensure your chosen filer is up to date with the new changes to avoid any potential financial implications in the future. We stay up to date with the latest IRS guidelines, and that's why we can give you a compliant quote within 3 business days. We request and review all the documents upfront so our processing team can review your payroll documents, hardships from COVID, negate any PPP claimed wages, and calculate the qualified wages to get you the maximum ERC refund amount allowed under the program's guidelines. After the quote, we can start the filing process once the $100 upfront fee is paid to stay compliant under the IRS Circular 230. We will promptly file your ERC claim to the IRS within 1 to 5 business days on average. You can rest easy knowing that your ERC claim is filed, IRS compliant and well insured. Our ERC claims are insured from Berkshire Hathaway for errors and omissions specifically for the Employee Retention Credit Program. On average, the IRS will send letters regarding your ERC proceeds within 4 to 6 months. The ERC checks will arrive in the mail shortly after. Only then we invoice our low 15% fee only after your business receives the ERC funds. That's why more business owners trust our ERC processing services. To get a quote for your ERC amount, please head over to feelgoodcapital.com/ERC to take our 1-minute pre-qualification quiz. Otherwise, you can scan the QR code to get started. At Feel Good Capital, we are committed to helping businesses come out stronger from the pandemic.